Ever get stuck, like, just pondering those big questions, you know?
Yeah.
Like, do we actually have free will, or are we all just cosmic
Oh,
puppets?
yeah, all the time.
Well, today we're diving deep into the mind of Christopher Langan,
Okay.
the guy with the sky-high IQ who's developed a mind-bending theory of everything
Right.
called the CTMU.
Yeah. It's fascinating how Langan, who, didn't follow that typical path of academia or
Right.
wealth, arrived at such a complex model of reality.
Yeah.
His background as a rancher and a bouncer really challenges the stereotype of what a genius looks like.
Yeah. And from this unique perspective, he's trying to tackle questions that have puzzled, like, philosophers and theologians for centuries.
Mm-hmm.
The CTMU, from what I understand, paints this picture of a self-aware universe
Yeah.
where reality isn't just physical stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
also shaped by consciousness itself.
That's a great way to put it. It's like the universe is constantly thinking and evolving, with consciousness playing a fundamental role in how it all works. Langan uses the analogy of a computer display,
Yeah.
where we're seeing the output, but the real processing is happening elsewhere.
Hmm?
He calls that elsewhere the non-terminal domain.
Okay, so we're living in the Matrix.
Kind of, yeah, in a
That's
way.
a pretty wild idea.
Yeah.
But if consciousness is so central to the universe,
Mm-hmm.
where does that leave free will? It almost feels like everything would be predetermined if the universe is some kind of giant mind.
Right. This is where Langan's concept of metacausation comes in.
Okay.
It challenges our typical linear view of cause and effect,
Yeah.
where the past determines the future.
Right.
He argues that influences flow both ways,
Okay.
from the future to the present as well.
Hold on. Are we talking about time travel here? Can I change the past by doing something in the future?
Not exactly time travel,
Okay.
but a more complex interplay of influences.
I see.
Imagine a feedback loop where the future isn't fixed, but constantly influencing and being influenced by the present.
Hmm.
It's a difficult concept to wrap our heads around because it challenges our everyday experience of time as a straight line.
Yeah, I can see how that could be relevant to how we think about mental health.
Right.
If the past isn't fixed, does that mean we're not forever trapped by our past experiences?
That's a really insightful connection. Langan suggests that reality is constantly being regenerated, which could offer a glimmer of hope for healing and transformation.
Yeah.
If the past isn't set in stone, then perhaps neither are the mental patterns or traumas that we carry with us.
Okay, so in this constantly regenerating universe, is there room for God?
Yeah.
Because Langan doesn't shy away from his belief in a higher power.
Right. For Langan, God is not some distant figure, but the very identity of reality.
Yeah.
He describes God as conscious and personal, someone we can have a relationship with. This aligns with many religious traditions that emphasize a personal connection with the divine.
Okay. But if God is the ultimate reality, does that mean he's pulling all the strings? How can we have free will if God is in control of everything?
That's a question that has baffled theologians for centuries.
Right.
Langan seems to suggest that free will operates within the framework of this self-aware universe,
Okay.
where God is the ultimate source of consciousness and existence. He doesn't lay out a clear-cut answer, but invites us to contemplate how our individual choices might contribute to the unfolding of reality within this grander scheme.
It's almost like we're invited to participate in the creative process of the universe,
Yeah.
even as we grapple with the mysteries of free will and our place in the grand scheme of things.
Exactly. Langan's ideas, while complex and challenging,
Yeah.
encourage us to view our lives not as predetermined scripts, but as journeys of understanding and connection with a reality far greater than ourselves.
It's definitely a different way of looking at the world. But if the universe is this self-aware entity, does that mean it has a purpose? Does it have a goal in mind, so to speak?
This is where Langan introduces the concept of teleology,
Right.
the idea that things have an inherent purpose or goal.
Right.
He sees the universe as inherently purposeful, driven by a force he calls telesis.
So it's not just random chaos. There's an underlying direction to it all. What does that even look like on a cosmic scale?
Langan doesn't offer concrete answers,
Okay.
but invites us to consider how this purpose might be revealed through our own experiences and interactions with reality. He suggests that by aligning ourselves with this cosmic purpose, we can tap into a deeper meaning and fulfillment in our lives.
Okay, that sounds pretty profound, but how do we actually connect with this cosmic purpose in our everyday lives? It all feels a bit abstract and out of reach.
That's a great question, and one that we'll explore further as we dive deeper into Langan's ideas.
Okay.
He offers some insights into how we can cultivate our own intelligence, seek truth, and develop a personal relationship with God, which he sees as essential for aligning ourselves with this cosmic purpose. So Langan believes that cultivating our intelligence is key to understanding like the deeper nature of reality
Yeah.
and our place within it. He's a strong advocate for education,
Uh,
but not just the kind you get in a classroom.
so he's talking about more than just memorizing facts and figures. What kind of education does he have in mind?
He encourages us to be active learners,
Okay.
to question everything and to seek out knowledge from a variety of sources. He's a big fan of the classics,
Oh, really?
philosophers like Plato, Aristotle, and Aquinas.
That makes sense. Those guys were grappling with some of the same big questions about existence and meaning that Langan is exploring in the CTMU.
Exactly. And he sees those philosophical works as providing a foundation for understanding the timeless truths about reality and human nature. But he also emphasizes the importance of critical thinking, of not just accepting things at face value.
So it's not about blindly following any one philosopher or ideology, but about developing our own ability to reason and discern truth.
Precisely. Langan believes that true intelligence is about using our minds to engage with complex ideas, to
Yeah.
weigh different perspectives, and to arrive at our own conclusions. He sees this as essential for navigating the complexities of the world and making choices that are aligned with our deepest values.
That's a pretty empowering message, especially in an age where we're bombarded with information from all sides. It's easy to feel lost in the noise and doubt our own ability to make sense of it all.
Langan acknowledges the challenges of our modern world,
Yeah.
where technology and information overload can easily distract us from what truly matters. He's critical of the way our attention is constantly being pulled in different directions, often by forces that don't have our best interests at heart.
He's not afraid to call out those in power, is he? I'm thinking of his critiques of what he calls global banksters and the elite, who seem to be shaping the world according to their own agenda.
He certainly sees a connection between the pursuit of wealth and power and the forces of chaos and manipulation that are at play in the world.
Yeah.
He believes that many of the systems we operate within are designed to benefit a select few at the expense of the many.
So it's not just about individual choices, but about recognizing the larger systems and structures that influence our lives.
Absolutely. Langan encourages us to be aware of these larger forces, to understand how they operate, and to find ways to resist their influence. He believes that by reclaiming our individual sovereignty and connecting with like-minded individuals, we can create a more just and equitable world.
That sounds like a tall order,
Mm.
but if we're all part of this self-aware universe, as he suggests, maybe our individual actions do have the power to make a difference.
That's a key takeaway from Langan's work, the idea that we are not just passive observers, but active participants in the unfolding of reality.
Right.
He challenges us to take responsibility for our choices, to act in alignment with our values, and to contribute to the creation of a world that reflects our highest aspirations.
Okay, I'm starting to see how his ideas about free will and this self-aware universe tie into a call to action. It's not just about philosophical contemplation, but about living in a way that reflects our understanding of these deeper truths.
Exactly. Langan emphasizes the importance of aligning our lives with what he calls the atelic economy.
Telic economy. That sounds like something I'd need an economics degree to understand.
It's actually a pretty simple concept. Think of it as a system of exchange where truth and meaning are valued as highly as money. It's about recognizing that there's more to life than just material wealth, and that our actions have consequences beyond just the physical realm.
So like doing something meaningful with your life has value even if it doesn't make you rich. I can get behind that.
He sees our current economic system as a distortion of this telic economy, where the pursuit of profit often comes at the expense of human well-being and environmental sustainability.
It's like we're playing a game with the wrong rules.
Mm.
We're so focused on accumulating points, but we've forgotten what the game is really about.
Langan believes that reconnecting with the telic economy, understanding the true value of truth and meaning, is essential for our individual and collective well-being.
Okay.
He even sees it as the key to unlocking our full potential as human beings.
That's a pretty powerful idea. But how do we actually shift our priorities as a society? It feels like we're so deeply entrenched in this system that values profit over people.
Langan doesn't offer easy solutions, but encourages us to start by examining our own lives.
Mhm.
He suggests asking ourselves what truly matters to us, what brings us joy and fulfillment,
Right.
and how we can contribute to a world that reflects those values.
So like taking a step back from the rat race and asking ourselves what we really want out of life,
Yeah.
that seems like a good place to start.
He also emphasizes the importance of personal growth and development. He believes that by cultivating our intelligence, seeking knowledge, and developing our spiritual awareness, we can become more conscious and intentional participants in the unfolding of reality.
Okay, I'm starting to see the connection between his philosophical ideas and his advice for living a meaningful life. It's not just about understanding the universe, but about aligning ourselves with its deeper purpose.
Langan believes that connecting with God is the ultimate source of truth, meaning, and purpose in life. He sees this connection as accessible to everyone, regardless of their religious background or beliefs.
But for someone who's maybe skeptical of organized religion or has never really considered the idea of God, where do they even begin?
Langan suggests starting with a simple question: what if there is a God?
Okay.
He encourages us to be open to the possibility to explore different spiritual traditions and to seek out experiences that connect us with a sense of something greater than ourselves.
So it's more about a personal journey of discovery than about adhering to a set of doctrines or beliefs.
Precisely, Langan emphasizes the importance of developing a personal relationship with God,
Hmm.
one that is based on genuine seeking and an openness to the mysteries of existence.
That resonates with me. It feels less about dogma and more about cultivating a sense of wonder and awe in the face of the unknown.
He believes that through this process of seeking and questioning, we can begin to glimpse the deeper truths about ourselves and the universe we inhabit. He sees this journey as essential for unlocking our full potential as human beings and contributing to the creation of a world that reflects our highest aspirations.
Yeah, it's incredible how Langan weaves together these complex philosophical ideas
Yeah.
with practical advice for living a meaningful life.
Mm.
He's not just theorizing about the universe,
Right.
he's urging us to actively participate in it.
What strikes me is how his emphasis on personal growth and seeking truth aligns with the ideas of like other great thinkers throughout history.
Yeah.
You think about Viktor Frankl and his belief that our primary drive is the search for meaning,
Right.
or even ancient wisdom traditions like Hinduism with its
Yeah.
four goals of life: pleasure, wealth, righteousness,
Yeah.
and ultimately liberation.
It's like Langan is tapping into something fundamental about the human experience,
Hmm.
this innate desire to understand ourselves and our place in the cosmos. And it's refreshing that he doesn't shy away from the spiritual dimension of this journey.
He's certainly not afraid to challenge the prevailing secular narratives that often dismiss spirituality as irrelevant or outdated. He sees the decline of religious belief,
Yeah.
particularly Christianity, as a contributing factor to the sense of meaninglessness and despair that many people experience today.
He's pretty critical of the way some churches have become more focused on social justice issues than on the core tenets of their faith, right?
Right. He believes that true spirituality is about connecting with something larger than ourselves, something that transcends the limitations of our ego and our material desires. He sees this connection as essential for finding true purpose and fulfillment in life.
But for someone who's been hurt or disillusioned by organized religion,
Right.
the idea of connecting with God might feel intimidating or even triggering.
Right.
What would you say to someone who's struggling with that?
I think Langan would encourage them to approach spirituality with an open mind and a sense of curiosity. It's not about blindly accepting dogma or adhering to a rigid set of rules,
Yeah.
but about embarking on a personal journey of discovery. He believes that God is always available to those who sincerely seek him.
It's like he's saying that the door is always open. You just have to be willing to knock.
Exactly. And he emphasizes that this connection with God is not something that needs to be earned or achieved.
Yeah.
It's already there within us,
Hmm.
waiting to be discovered.
This deep dive into Langan's ideas has been a real mind bender. I'm walking away with a whole new perspective on free will, the nature of reality, and the importance of seeking truth and meaning in life.
It's amazing how someone with such a profound intellect can articulate ideas that are both complex and deeply resonant with the human experience.
He's a true original, a maverick thinker who's not afraid to challenge the status quo and push the boundaries of what we think we know.
His work is a powerful reminder that intelligence isn't just about accumulating knowledge, but about using our minds to grapple with the big questions and to live a life that's aligned with our deepest values.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I'm left with a sense of wonder and a renewed appreciation for the mysteries of existence. I'm also feeling inspired to delve deeper into some of these ideas and to explore my own relationship with the divine.
So, as you go about your day, consider this. What if Langdon is right? What if we are part of a self-aware universe where our choices have a ripple effect that extends far beyond what we can see or comprehend?
And what if, in seeking truth and meaning, we are not just fulfilling our individual potential, but contributing to something much larger than ourselves? This deep dive may be over, but the conversation continues. The journey, as always, is yours.